one right there.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another presentation of the No Toad Racing League Gen 4 ARCA Series. Joined in the booth tonight by Justin Cad Adams. What is going on, Justin?
Not too much. Yourself?
Um, Interested for to see how these short track races are going to go here tonight. We've had 3 races this season. All 3 have been won by Johnny Rocketman Brugg. Johnny not here tonight, so we will have a new winner. And not only that, every race this season has been decided by 2/10 or less. And the 2 closest finishes this season weren't even at the Super Speedway. They were last week and the week before at Auto Club.
That is kind of surprising because usually your super speedways you get those super tight photo finishes. But I mean, if they're putting up some really good short track times, this will be an interesting race for sure.
Well, I forget where they were last week, but I do know when they went to Auto Club, they're at Chicagoland last week. So Chicagoland, basically a smaller Auto Club with how it drives and handles. But Chicagoland was 2/100ths of a second between Brugg and Nelson, and Auto Club it was 2/1000ths of a second between Brugg and Nelson. So the 2 guys that put up the closest finishes this season will not be here.
Yeah, I was about to say and talking about that. Nelson's also not here.
Well, we got qualifying underway. Go on board here is Jaden, as I think he's coming out of turn 4 for his second lap. Hopefully he goes into turn 1 and does some more practice laps. No, he's not going to.
Yeah, this is definitely something you got to try to get a little bit of practice under your belt. But we'll see how they do in qualifying.
Yeah, and the one thing I love about these Gen 4s, and I thought when they first came out I was going to hate them, because I'm not a really big fan of the cars that have a lot of power. But I love them, actually. I love how you're right there on the verge of looping it. I love how they're hard to drive, how it really brings a whole new aspect on skill every track, except for Super Speedways.
Yeah, that's something I haven't driven much of either. I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of like how the car drives in relation to basically just the handling in itself, but I'm kind of more preferring of the ARCA car just for a little bit of less power, a little bit more control. I am a little bit of a newer driver, but I mean, it pretty much feels the same handling wise. You just really got to know how to feather that throttle.
Yeah, I think we figured out you were new last night.
We're not going to talk about that.
But while you guys are qualifying, let's go ahead and take a look at the race info, track temp, and all that stuff. These guys luckily going to be racing at night, so a little bit cooler track temp, so it's not going to be as slippery and loose as it would be if you're doing this in the middle of the day here at Iowa. Little under a mile of track here, so a short track. 73-degree track temp, 73 degrees outside, and they're not really going to have to deal with too much wind. I have driven these cars here where it was a really bad wind coming out of turn 2, basically pushing up against the right side or left side of your car, and it just made these things 10 times more loose.
Yeah, you really don't need a whole lot to get these things a little loose, but thankfully they are, like you said, low wind this evening. That'll be good.
Yeah, speaking of loose, don't even start on road courses in these cars. They are not fun at all. I love Watkins Glen. I will not drive these at Watkins Glen. I can't. No. It's not fun.
I'm terrible in general at road courses, so I know when we end up hitting a road course here coming up in the Cup Series.
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah. That's on.
It is in 2 weeks because it goes Gateway and then Sonoma.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if Gary's gonna have me broadcast Sonoma. If he doesn't, I might race it. I do like the next gens at road courses. Probably the only tracks I like them at because how you can really use the transmission to slow you down. So you know how to abuse the hell out of transmission without blowing the engine. You'll be good.
Yeah, as long as you remember to upshift instead of downshift, you should be okay. And vice versa, obviously. Let's see.
Well, it looks like I don't have anyone on track. The 69's out on track, but I think he's just getting some. No, this would be a first lap right here.
I got lap 3. I got him at a 24-1.
Oh, I opened up the wrong thing. Alright, let's go over your official starting lineup. Mark Herzog getting that pole position. Outside of him, we have Jaden Consterk. Row 2, Christian Loxton, TJ Warren. Row 3, Alex Chase and Gary Sargent. Row 4, Jonathan Ashburn, Jess Traub. Jess Traub coming off a pretty good run last night. Row 5, you have Mike Rance and Craig Martin. Row 6, Josh Corner. I believe that's how you say it. Mitchell Williams. Row 7, Jimmy Emos and Roy Hyde. Row 8, Nick Sosha and James Beck. My track might disappear. Oh, short track racing, 160 laps. Who you got here tonight?
Let's see. Who am I feeling tonight?
I'm gonna be honest. My pick. I'm going with the 3 of Christian. Christian has had some pretty solid runs. Just hasn't been able to get that win since I've been doing this quite yet. So I definitely think the 3 is definitely a possibility. Alex Chase off of a really good run last night as well. He had the momentum coming into here.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to agree with you with your pick with Christian here. Just seeing what he was able to do there last night, I was impressed. Honestly, I think he's definitely going to get a big push tonight.
Yeah, and I don't know too much about Mark. I don't know how well he's saving tires, but I do know Christian is really good at saving tires. I think Jaden's pretty good at it too, but long run speed, I think he's gonna go to Christian. So if we get some long green flag runs, I think Christian will be able to get that leading pole there.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
You said it right. Okay, it is corner. That's what I thought.
Say we had somebody lost in the pits here. I think they forgot the keys to the car somehow.
Do me a favor so I don't have to pull it up. How many sets of tires do they have here tonight? 3, I think. 3 extra.
Let me have a look here for sure. 5.
They have 5 total or 5 extra. If it says tire set 5, there's 4 extra.
Yeah, tire set limit 5.
Oh, yep.
So they've got the 1 on the car and then 4 extra.
And you'd think that's a lot, but 140 laps in these Gen 4s at Iowa, you would be amazed at how much this track loves eating that. It likes eating a right rear more than a right front.
Yeah, but it depends on how well you can kind of manage that right front, though. If you're coming into the corner a little too hot, right? I mean, if you're coming in, essentially guns blazing and trying to shoot past somebody, you're just gonna overheat that tire and it's just gonna cook.
Well, the reason I said a right rear was a lot of practice, and a lot of these guys were diving in really hard, and it was kind of making that car almost look like it's crabbing going through the corner entry, and that is just gonna roast that right rear up. More, it's gonna roast the right front.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think you're gonna see. I think we're honestly gonna see a couple wrecks early here.
We go green.
I think it's gonna settle out.
Mark gonna lead us to green here. Pretty good start here early on. It's gonna be interesting to see who can get the outside lane to work, as I can never get this to work here. And is Iowa not the track that has a huge bump in the middle of 1 and 2? Is that Iowa or is that Richmond? No, it's not Richmond. I think it is Iowa.
It could be. We'll have a look here. I'm gonna toss us inside. Well, I'm gonna toss myself. Sorry. I'm gonna go inside with Sarge here. Let's see what Sarge is seeing.
Here early on, Hurt's like able to hold that lead. Loxton looking to the inside of Consterk. Consterk going to have the outside line. He's going to have a better runoff. Speaking of Sarge, we got some more side-by-side action going on back here. Oh, Sarge almost making contact with Alex Chase at the end of turn 1.
Extremely close. And it looks like that bump you're talking about is through 1 and 2 with a bigger bump on the exit of turn 2.
Yep, it's almost like a dip. And
3 wide here.
Yeah, I was about to say,
by the way.
3 wide, Jess Traub on the outside. It's almost like a dip, and I saw Jess Traub hit it, and it didn't look like it upset the car at all. But my experience running here in trucks and Xfinity, you hit that bump in those cars, you're going, it loosens you up. Traub looking to the inside here early on. Meantime, the 6 of TJ Warren getting run on the outside of the 3 of Christian Loxton. TJ Warren, one of those guys you don't see up in the top 5 too often. But he's up there early on as we got a tight battle going on back here.
There's a lot of people moving up front right now, too. I think they're pushing a little too quick. But we'll see. We've got Jess Traub making progress up front. We've got Alex Chase made some really big pushes. He's now in the top. Ooh, that was close.
And that's what I was talking about. When they're getting into that corner, you see the back end kind of like angle itself out. They're not getting loose. You think they are, but that almost caused contact with the 24 and 54 if they went into 1 there.
Yep.
So look at this pile of cars we got back here. Holy cow.
It is a battle right here for the top, honestly, the top, like, 7 here.
Yeah, and one of the things you really got to watch out for in these short tracks, especially in these ARCA cars, is you cannot get up underneath someone. These bumpers do not line up, and it will send you for a ride. It's Jess Traub still trying to get the outside lane to work. Get outside the station,
making the move inside.
And in the meantime, Jaden Constrick looking for the lead. Oh, the 772 just dove it in really deep. I thought he was about to spin out. How deep he dove that in.
Really, 88 clear. Not yet. This is a good battle for the lead right here. See if Christian can actually sneak in and catch these guys sleeping.
It almost seems like here early on, from what I'm noticing, is the low lines where you want to be, but if you're going to make a path, it has to be on the outside. Oh, the car goes around. It's TJ Warren.
That was a hard hit in the wall.
Yeah, he has some significant damage. See what happened here, TJ Warren. I'm going to guess it was a 772. Dove in a little deep. Jonathan asked exactly what happened. I saw him diving in deep a couple laps before that. He just has a really late breaking point. Just a racing deal right there. Unfortunate for TJ. You want to check, if you not check if he has a meatball. I don't think he does. You not check that?
That is a hard hit. He does not.
Okay. But TJ Warren luckily does not have a meatball, and without wheels going straight, I mean, you're at a track where you really don't need that much aero.
No, not necessarily aero, but I mean, if
his toe's screwed
your
up,
wheel alignment's off.
Like, yeah, you want to get that fixed. This is the track where you want your toe to be right.
Yeah. Now, I think at this stage being so early, if I were him, I might try to save a quick repair here.
Oh, if I'm TJ, I'm not using those.
No.
Well, TJ.
Mean, let's see what he does here. Let's see.
But
I'm guessing he won't.
I said this last night during the broadcast, and the year of racing last night, it is amazing how hard, especially in the Cup Series and Gen 4 Series, I don't know what the other series do, but the 2 series our broadcast was how hard they run with how clean the racing is. It's insane.
Oh, 100%. I mean, super clean racing. I mean, you don't really see a whole lot of really bumping, banging, or trying to move guys out of the way.
He used it! Oh, no, TJ!
And he's taking tires.
I don't know if I agree with that call, using it and taking tires.
You know what? I think he might have done what I done last night and forgot to tell the pit crew to leave the tools and tires on the other side of the wall.
No, I don't know, because something like that, when I get in a wreck, like, the only time I ever accidentally use my quick repair is if I take a 4X and I'm in a long green flag run, I go to pit under caution. If I'm involved in a wreck, I make sure I uncheck it if I don't have the meatball. I'll go in and see what my damage is like. Something like that. If you have less than probably a minute and a half here, I would have just got your damage checked as much as you could and went back out.
Yeah, unless that. Well, then again, I mean, he wouldn't really know how much damage he had on the front there, so I don't know. I think that might have been a.
Well, I think TJ, he is in the chat, and let's pull him down and get his side, see what he felt. Yeah, what's going on, TJ? Justin, Isaac, and Booth got a copy?
I got you. How's it going?
Hey, man, brought you down here because both of us are kind of questioning that call using your fast repair. Did you feel your toe screwed up to a point where you didn't want to risk it, or did you forget to uncheck it?
No, I thought I unchecked it, but it used it anyways.
So you did forget. Okay, because we were both talking about that, how I would usually go and see what my damage is looking like and then decide if I want to use it. But early on, good racing up front, man. Where do you feel the dominant line is here on these tires?
So in practice, it looked like the low line, but as soon as we got going, the higher line was more dominant. As soon as I went down low to try and gain a couple of spots, I started dropping back just because I couldn't get back up.
And another quick question for your green. Did you play with the outside lane on 1 and 2 against the wall where the bump is at? And if so, how much did it unsettle your car?
It's bad, but you can work with it if you need to run that high. It just gets a little tough if you don't hit it right. You got to be on throttle just a hair before you get to it. Otherwise, it will unsettle your car.
All right, man. Good luck getting back through the field. I think you're running in the top 5 before you got in that wreck.
Yeah, unfortunate break, but hey, it's part of racing.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
So he did forget to uncheck it. Okay.
Yeah. And the reason why I said that was because of the 4-tire call. I think if he remembered, and the pit crew decided to really kind of get their act together there, I don't even think he would have taken tires there.
Well, here early on, top 3 are where they started at. Not too much to them there. Jess Trop is up 4 spots from where he started at, so Jess Trop making his way through the field, and he might be the sleeper. Really cool paint scheme on that 24 as well.
Yeah,
really sweet paint scheme.
Jess was my sleep. The route for TJ, because TJ's been running quite hard since I've been here, and I kind of want to see him get a good finish, but yeah, that's rough.
Jess has a really cool paint scheme, and so does the 121 of Nick Socha. They both have really sweet paint schemes here tonight.
Yep, I agree.
Green flag.
I almost called Alex Chase. That's the 54. The 57 on Herzog. Got a really good jump there as it is go on leader after the pace car pulls off here in No Toad. That's just Traub. Was able to get a good start as well. Work around with Christian Loxton for the time being.
Yeah, Jess is locked in right now. Jess is making moves.
Yeah, and Jess is one of those guys who had a solid run last night. Can't remember where he finished at. I think he still finished in the top 5. I know Chase got 4th. I think Jess was 5th.
Jess making the pass on the outside here.
Oh, but he gets into the wall. It's going to slow him down. He's stuck in that wall. Going to lose 2, maybe 3 positions to go into turn 1.
He is up there.
But Jess is doing a smart thing, though. As you see him hit that bump, he's staying in the wall. He's not yanking it off, collecting anyone else in his mistake. You know, he did the smart thing, and he's out of his rhythm right now. You can tell he hit the wall again going down the backstretch.
Yeah, but here he comes again, making another big run out of that corner.
But in the meantime, we missed a pass for the lead. Jaden Constark got around Mark Herzog.
772 just tapping the 54 again in the back. He's going to have to start braking a little earlier here, I think.
Oh, and Mark's into the wall. He's going to lose a couple spots. Yeah, that's 772 of Jonathan Absher. He's braking really late going into 1, and I think give it a couple laps, we're going to start seeing him fall back. how deep he's sending into that turn.
He's burning up his stuff early here. He's driving a little hard, but keep tabs on that there.
Everyone kind of single file back. I think the next battle we have side by side back here for 10th. It is back here for 10th. TJ Warren trying to make a play back to the field. TJ Warren working his way around the 44 of Mike Rent. If you're TJ, you gotta be smart with how you're getting back through the field. You can't burn your stuff up too much getting through the field, but you don't want to take forever to get through the field as well.
No, the biggest thing is, I mean, he had the speed. He knows he can get back up there. It's just a matter of, just like you said, just kind of taking his time, not burning too much, but also not being too aggressive to put himself in a bad spot.
Yeah, and how about this? Jess Traub looking to make a move for the lead on the 88 of Jaden Consterk. Jess Traub making a good recovery, getting the wall there. They doorbang going into turn 3, lean on each other a little bit.
This is something we don't get to see too much of, a little bit of beating and banging.
Jaden able to Jaden has an outside lane now. He's able to just get that really good drive off. Jaden doing a smart thing, not squeeze him down too much, give him plenty of room at the end of their corners, and Jess is going to clear the 88 as they go into turn 3. Oh, and he's going to get loose in corner exit. 88 does a good job checking up. Lockton does a good job checking up. And that's what I was talking about earlier, is these guys race hard, but when it comes down to it, there is so much give with this group of drivers and the Cup Series as well. You know, a lot of other leagues you see, or even official racing, that's a wreck right there. 100% a wreck. Oh, contact some more. They roll 3 and 4.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix the a couple buttons here on my my drone here. It's not really cooperating with me, so bear with me.
Yeah, Christian's able to clear the 88 of Jaden, and that 772 of Josh is still hanging in there. Alex Chase looking low going into turn 1. Alex Chase looking for possibly another top 5 as he had one last night.
Looks like Sarge is slowly making his way through. Slowly.
Yeah. Sarge running the no-toe scheme. We can take a look at the front bumper of his. Looks like Sarge got into the wall a couple times. Let's see a couple scratches and dings on that right side.
Yeah, he's that front end's seen a little bit of action somewhere. My guess is at a 3 and 4.
Yeah, it seems like that's where a lot of people are getting loose. Here on lap 28 to 140, Jess Traub is leading the way in that nice looking Captain America car. I'm Team Iron Man if you ask me personally, but hey.
Yep, me too. And a little loose coming out of 4.
So, little fact, not really about the race, but it's about Marvel. Did you know at the end of the last Avengers movie, it was originally supposed to be Stan Lee? So it was supposed to be old Captain America?
I'd believe that.
Yep.
I'd believe that.
That'd be cool if it was. I mean, that would have fit the end of that movie series really well, but unfortunately, rest in peace, Stan. One of the few celebrity deaths that kind of got me a little teared up.
Yeah, my day for that is going to be, or was, when Leonard Nimoy passed away, and another one is going to be when William Shatner eventually passes away. Hopefully that's no time soon.
I think Stan Lee, and the only one I can really recall before that was Paul Walker.
Oh yeah.
But I'm a '90s baby, so I grew up watching the Fast franchise. And speaking of that, it's gonna be weird when that comes to an end, just because I grew up watching it for 20 plus years. It needs to come to an end, but it's gonna be weird not having a new movie coming out.
I think it needed to end about 6 movies ago, but you know.
Well, Vin Diesel said you have 10, and there's supposed to be 2 more. This Fast 10 is supposed to be like a 3-part trilogy to end the franchise.
Yeah, you realize when a movie's going on too long. Yeah, we don't want to pass 10, but here's parts 1, 2, and 3. Come on, man.
But that gap is kind of staying pretty steady, about 6 to 7 tenths. Kind of locked in right there, running identical lap times. What are you seeing?
TJ got super loose coming out of 2 and almost lost it, but he kept it.
Hey, look,
He was running real loose. We got somebody coming down pit road here. Looks like the 98 was up into the wall.
My SDK isn't working. I want to look at last lap times, but it's not working. Is this working? Okay, that's working. Okay.
I'm gonna run it back a little here. Let's see.
Now that gap has actually decreased down to 3 tenths now. Christian is chasing him down. Like I said at the start of the race, Christian does have really good long run speed. Does a really good job saving his tires. That's not something easily done, especially in these 900 horsepower, 800 horsepower Gen 4s.
Yep. And can confirm the 98 of Jimmy E. Loose out of 2 into the inside wall. He's in the pits.
And if you ask me, this is a package NASCAR needs to go back to. I said it before and I'll say it again. It may have been a snooze fest on TV, but North Wilkesboro was what NASCAR used to be, and I want that back. I want where the drivers had a hard time handling the car. They're loose in, loose out, couldn't get on the gas. Now you have a car that's just planted to the track, and luckily,
well, see, here's the thing though, it's planted to the track, but one wrong move and it's gone. It's gone out from underneath you so fast.
yeah, you're not wrong, and these last 2 Coke 600s have definitely been the show stealer of the season. I mean, this season was another really good one.
I might be in the minority with this one. I just prefer night races. It's something that obviously you don't get a whole lot of, especially in like bigger series. When it comes around, it just hits me with like a shake up, and I just love them. Like Bristol night races, I honestly think is my favorite.
Ooh, Christian
race.
with a big bobble coming out of 2. No, and I completely agree with you. One of the reasons I love the truck series so much is because a lot of the races are at night.
Yep.
Not only that, they're full of more wrecks, but oh, Christian up in the bumps on that high side, but able to get a good runoff here. Here comes the 772 of Absher to the inside of Constark. Asher proved me wrong. I don't know how he's doing it. He's diving in deep, and he is still sticking with the leaders. Constark, hold on to it. Wow.
I just saw that out of the back end of my frame there, but that looked tight.
Right across the front nose of Alex Chase.
Jonathan's getting real loose coming out of corner exits right now. I think he's pushing a tiny bit too hard here.
Oh, just get loose. Yeah, well, these guys are 40 lap old tires, so. And I think I saw someone say the fuel window's 70 something laps in Discord.
Roughly 72. We're looking at about 72 laps for fuel mileage, but we're looking at the pit windows of roughly 40. No, that's a lie. Sorry. No, it was. I was like between 48 and 55. I mean, we're getting there in a couple more laps here.
I mean, the fuel window's 72 laps, but are you really wanting to go 72 laps on these tires? We're already seeing a lot of guys get loose.
if I had 3 sets of tires spare, whoa, we got 88 a little sideways, but a good drift keeps the speed.
Traub is a little bit sideways as well.
We got Christian passing Schraub here for the lead.
Yeah, that's later on the run. Christian does.
He's getting loose coming out.
Oh, a little bit. We got a little bit door banging action with the 88 and the 772.
Oh, here we go.
Wow, we got 6 cars under a blanket. Oh, 88 right in front of the nose.
Wow.
Traub with the crossover.
Wow.
It locks it into the wall.
That was a move right there.
I want to need a better camera because I can't catch all this action on one camera. Let's see if this one catches it.
I'll be honest. I'm watching Christian just roll around the track. I've got my eyes in the sky on him right now, and I'm just seeing everything going on. He's getting loose. He's rubbed against that wall a couple times, as has the 54.
And here comes the 88 back fighting for the lead. 88 has led a couple laps here tonight. He's trying to get that lead back as 77-2 starting to fall back a little bit here with Alex Chase looking on the outside. And the pole sitter, Mark Herzog, just watching this all happen. Like, hey, you guys go ahead and use up all your stuff. I'll be here at the end.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of a smart thing to do here, honestly. Right now. I mean, let them make the mistake, right?
88's looking to the inside.
Ooh,
Contact, and they keep it going somehow. Alex Chase checking up into the wall. These Gen 4s do not disappoint, ever.
That was very close. I think if Jess lost it a little tiny bit more, there was at least a 7-car pileup right there. Minimum.
Oh, and here comes Gary. Gary's joining this pack of cars. I actually got a really good camera angle here. I'm able to catch most of the action. Jeff Sharp starting to fall back a little bit here on that outside lane. Alex Chase checking up. Had a run on 772. Decided not to go with it. Now you can look to the inside.
This is tough. I think Jess burned up a little early to get up front because they were slowly clawing their way back up to him. And now he's kind of paying the price a little bit. He's right in the middle here.
This is crazy. We're on like a 30-lap run. We still have 7 cars under a second blanket. That's insane. At a short track.
Yeah, that's the key here, at a short track.
At a short track. Oh, Loxton getting loose on corner exit. Traub getting loose. These guys are doing. Go ahead.
On lap 50 here. I'm thinking we're gonna start seeing some cars move in. Sarge dove it in.
Oh, Traub getting loose. Contact with Sarge and Chase. Sarge to the grass. That's the loss of position in the grass, not passing the grass.
No, Sarge's pastime was a gardener.
And now we got another guy joining this group of cars. The 882. And here comes TJ Warren.
See, I told you, TJ will just slowly make his way back. That's all he needs to do. I mean, he's on fresh tires, obviously, because, you know. But he's on fresher tires. He should be okay here, I think.
And here comes Christian back, fighting for the lead, looking to the inside of the 88 machine. We've still got 3 cars within 4/10, and then you got another group of cars back there led by the 57. And if there's anyone wanting caution, I just saw it in the back of my screen. Traub is getting loose on out of every corner now. You just can't plant that power.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I think he burned his stuff up a little too early to get ahead. Now he's in trouble. As he's just plummeting backwards. If I'm him here, I think I might pit early.
Yeah, but
before everyone else to get ahead.
The thing is, though, with it just being 72 laps, the earliest you can really pit 68. I mean, if you pit anywhere before 68, you're on a 2-stop strategy. And here to place like Iowa, where they're running, won't pull up. I think they're running at least 30-second lap times. You're going at least 2 laps down.
Let's have a look here.
Then the same 2, diving it deep onto the 3. He's going to lose all the momentum corner exit. No, he's able to keep the momentum. Oh, I was chase loose off a corner exit.
I mean, typically with tire fall off, I mean, you should be losing about, I think it was like a second and a half over like that steep, like 70 laps. I mean, right now I'm looking at Jess. Back on lap 18, Jess was a 24:02, and then since then he has just slid back, and now his last was 25.19. Most recent 25.4. So I mean, he's sliding backwards quick.
And here comes the 57 on Mark back into the picture. I said before, he was kind of chilling out back there watching you guys battle it out, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mark starts blowing the brakes off these people. Mark's been chilling back there, saving his stuff. We're on lap 58, got probably about 12 laps till we see our first person pitting in. 10 to 12. Oh, almost contact there. There is a little bit of contact between the 57 and Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan getting loose. Mark getting loose. Lose all that ground he just gained. He's still there. We still got about a 4-way battle for the lead. Jaden getting really loose corner exit. Christian could not take advantage of it. Oh, he get in the back of him into the corner.
Oh my god, Christian just sent him.
Jaden doing a hell of a job saving that car, and Jonathan Absher is going to lead that lap. A little bit of damage there on that right front.
Not quite sure what happened there. Let me, I'll run it back and see if I can track it down.
Christian just got in the back of him as they went into the corner. He had to brake way later than Jaden. Jaden did a hell of a job keeping that car going straight.
I think Jaden really wanted to secure his line there, and I don't think Christian was ready for it.
And Christian was able to get the lead over Absher, and he's starting to pull away a little bit. Jaden gonna have to make his way back through these 2 guys in front of him. It took us about 40 laps of green flag running, but we finally got a decent breakaway here.
I think some of the guys that are behind this this group right now, I'd kind of be laying back a little bit too, seeing if the guys up front are going to race a little bit too hard. I mean, case in point, like just happened, right? I mean, if that happens there, I mean, you're under caution, you're good, bring everybody back together. But oh, caught it. That was a big drift.
What happened to Mark there? I look away for a split second. Did he get ran?
Looks like
he did.
Jonathan might have gotten in the back. Yep.
Ever so slightly.
This is what I mean. I mean, these guys are still racing hard up front on old tires. I mean, we're going to start... I honestly think we might see a wreck here soon. Like, there's been 2 very close calls up front. I think the third one here is... I think that's going to be it. Third time's the charm, as they say.
Well, last night it only took 2 times for people hitting a bump for a caution to come out. Yours just didn't cause a caution. Wish it would have.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, I would have been parked basically nose, like up flat against the wall. But...
You done double ka-chow us. Both your wheels were going ka-chow.
Oh man, I was out there going. Kerr. Not even the kerchow, just kerr.
I mean, I'm Tia. We're the biggest fans.
Yeah, I mean, going back to last night's race, because I was going to pop into the booth afterwards to kind of give my thoughts on kind of what I was feeling out there. I felt immediately, like, first lap, I really felt like someone was going to bin it coming out of 2. I really thought there was going to be a caution, like, 2 laps in.
There wasn't there? No, it was like on lap 4.
6.
Oh, Jaden with a nice catch.
Yeah, I was on 6, so I thought it was going to be really early, so I was kind of trying to stay a little conservative on my end, trying to get the heat up in that tire to avoid that. I did avoid it. However, my window being as small as it is, blind basically. I saw nothing, and then all of a sudden I saw the back of someone's car, and I'm like, oh, well, take the lesser of two evils and take the wall.
I think I've been watching these guys, and this has really been the story all season long, other than the Super Speedway, of course. I think Gary needs to try to get rights to the Tokyo Drift theme song, and that's what needs to be your intro. Just highlight the people getting loose.
Actually, would be funny. I'd love that. Get a nice little montage going. Love it.
Highlight videos people just getting loose. You know, the Tokyo Drift theme song in the background. That'll be great.
Yeah, I love it. Love the idea.
Well, we're getting to the halfway marker. No takers yet. Actually, I have to say that Jess Trop coming to pit lane.
I was about to say we're at laps. Well, about to hit lap 70 here. So.
Yeah, lap 70 right here. Next lap will technically be halfway, and they'll see if we have any takers this time by.
Yeah, I mean, for me, 4 extra sets, I probably would have went in at around 55, just to get a little bit of a extra run on the guys that haven't went in yet. But again, this is just like you said, it's short track, right? So it's tough, but I think I might have hit 55. A little bit of a longer stint then, and try to get in when everyone else, or just hope for a caution.
Do you have their best lap time up? I thought they'd be my last time up.
Yeah, who are we looking at?
Just anyone. Like, what's the best lap for anyone, really? Pick a random person, get their best lap. But right now, they're running high 24s, low 25s.
Yeah. So right now, I mean, we'll start from the front here. I mean, Christian's fastest was 24:03 on 16.
So they're dang.
His last was actually basically a 25, a 24:9.
So it's only 121 getting loose. That's 24. So it's only a second fault. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. I was about to say, pit strategy, but I mean, even someone like Christian, with everyone coming in, Asher coming in, Chase coming in, Martin coming in, Branson's in the pit lane. If you're Christian, you got to pit soon.
If I'm Christian, I'm pitting now. Like, here he comes.
And here he comes.
I'm pitting now.
Yep.
Drob's trying to push it now to try to get back on the lead lap here.
I think he'll get back on the lead lap.
He'll get back for sure. Because, I mean, looking at his lap times, he fell off bad. 25 and a half, 27 or 25.7. He went into the 26s after that. So, I mean, once they fall off hard.
Well, we got a long green fire run going. Can we talk about how lucky IndyCar got yesterday? Did you see what happened with IndyCar?
I did not. I didn't catch.
A
catch
tire flew off of a car, went over the catch fence, and barely missed the grandstands coming out of turn 2 and hit a car.
Jeez.
Can we talk about how lucky they got? No one was hit by that tire.
I mean, you barely ever hear of anything like that.
Exactly.
Like nowadays, that's wild. Wow.
Yep. The whole tire assembly braked, everything went flying off the car.
Jeez, that's
over the catch fence, barely missed the grandstands. You can see people ducking in the replay and hits the car parked. And luckily, no one was over there where it hit. That would have been a big lawsuit had that hit someone.
That's a major catastrophic error there.
No, what had happened was a car had hit the wall and screwed up their toe really, really bad, and they were trying to get to the access road to get it off track, and they spun out. Well, when they spun out and they came back up the track, they clipped the left rear of the car coming by, and that's the tire that flew off.
Oh, jeez. I think the 54 might get black flagged here. I just saw him come out of pit lane, not by the cone. I could be wrong here, though. I am wrong. Never mind. Okay.
So with everybody coming to pit lane, it's going to cycle the lead back out to Christian. I believe it will. But how much of a lead will he have? A decent lead over the 88.
when did TJ pit? I know he pitted early.
Just now. Just now.
He just now?
Wait, no.
Okay, he's out in front.
No, he hasn't pitted yet. I'm wrong.
Oh, he hasn't? Okay,
No.
Never mind.
And of course, my stint length is wrong because I had to restart my SDK. But yeah, he has yet to pit. Oh, getting loose in corner exit.
Here, I think he's coming in now. He'll be coming this lap, I think. There's no way he doesn't.
Well, there's no bumps to hit on pit lane, so. Look, that joke's directed towards you and Gary and Tyler if he's listening.
Yeah, I know. It's just, yeah. It's, yeah.
But Christian has a decent gap. Not really seeing any battles going on track right now.
No, it's pretty spread out after that pit cycle. I mean, the only thing that's relatively close, I would say, is maybe for 10th or 9th rather. Sarge just passed Roy here for 10th, so really, it's really it for battle for position, because Jimmy is 30 laps down after his run in with the wall, and it looks like Jonathan's actually flown back quite a bit, back in 11th. Wondering if he got hit with a speeding penalty.
I don't think he did because he didn't go a lap down. He just probably didn't have a good entrance or exit off a pit lane. Christian Loxton building has about a 1.3 second gap right now over Jaden Constark. Your pole sitter, Mr. Mark, is sitting there in third. What if Jaden got his damage fixed? No, he did not.
And TJ comes out now 2 laps down.
He must have got caught speeding. Here's the battle for position we got going. Battle for 5th. Alex Chase working on Jess Traub. If you're Jess Traub, you got to make some adjustments on how you drive in that car, save some tires. Oh, and Alex Chase getting loose in corner exit.
I've been watching Jess now for the past 5 laps. Loose, loose, and more loose.
Let's actually ride on board here with Jess. There's that bump right there. He just hit it. He is wheeling that car.
Like, he is.
Oh, in the wall.
Hanging
Get on the wall. Nope, in the wall he
life.
goes again.
Yeah, I honestly
Oh, then
think
Alex gets in the wall.
I honestly think that right front damage that he has is kind of not helping at all. Like, the damage, I mean, it doesn't look like it should be too bad, but it looks like that right front is.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. It's just these ARCA cars are so soft when it comes to the body of the car. Any little contact can push it in. Now, if this was real life, there'll be massive tire rub going on right now.
It just looks like that. It just looks like that right front isn't sitting like straight. It almost looks like it's kind of. Almost, it looks at me, at least from what I can see, it looks like it's kind of looking at the outside wall a little tiny bit. Or is that me?
No, it's sitting fine. It's just it's thrown off because of the damage he has, the body damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I went to Christian. Christian is in a ton of lap traffic right now. Holy cow!
Oh, he's in the thick of it back there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's running at a last of 24/7, so I mean, again, those lap times, let's have a look, see where he pitted.
Christian pitted 16 laps ago.
Yeah, pitted on 74, he's around 24.28, 24.1. 24.
And I tell you what,
So, I mean, he's running pretty good average times here.
this
so far.
20 of James Beck is not making the job getting around him easy. James Beck is fighting to stay on the lead lap right now.
I mean, that's what you got to do, right? I mean, you're about to go a lap down. I mean, I understand that, you want to let the guys race behind you because, you don't really want to ruin theirs. But at the same time, I mean, you've got to worry about yours.
Something just happened to Trop, because I just saw him drop like 3 spots on the leaderboard. I can't see what happened here to Trop.
Run back here a little.
Coming out of turn 2 here. You get in the wall again? You got a little loose, but I'm not seeing. Huh.
Caution.
Oh, we got a caution out. I was like, went back. Mitchell Williams involved. Alex Chase looks like he got the back end of that. Go back and see what happened with the 16 machine. Oh, just the slightest contact sent him around. And that's all it takes in these cars. Literally, that's all it takes.
It looks like, honestly, he might have maybe about 3 inches of bumper. That's all he caught. And then after that, it was everything else. That is unlucky. But in all honesty, it looks like he got it out of that mostly unscathed.
Oh, he just stopped. Okay, like I said, Jaden just crashed. Oh, pit lane's gonna be a busy place. As be interesting to see who decides to sit in pit lane a little bit longer and get their damage fixed.
I mean, you're definitely gonna see the 54 sit for a bit. Like I said, 16 got spawned. He might have a little bit of left front damage, but I mean, for the most part, it's not terrible. I think it's mostly aero, I think, is what he got caught with.
Oh, I think Christian forgot to check his tires. He pulls into his pit box, and it takes forever for them to lift up that right side. Yeah, he pulled in. Right still aren't up. There goes the right on the 88. His goes up. Christian losing some spots on the pit lane. I was about to say, is he not taking tires? There ain't no one else not taking tires. We got Christian in the chat room. Let's go ahead and pull Christian down. Hey, what's going on, Christian? I think and Justin in the booth got a copy.
Yep.
Hey man, first and foremost, dominating so far race for you. Start third. You were on my pick to win the race. I know you have decent long run speed. What happened there in pit lane though?
Didn't take tires apparently immediately.
You might need to knock some money off your pit crew then. Better fire them, hire some better ones.
I'll figure it out. I'm fast here. I got plenty of time. Inside isn't really working in the beginning. Unless you're in the lead. Like, well, I figured out how to straight line the bottom. On 1 and 2, 3 and 4. I'm still trying to piece together, but I'll figure that out. Like I said, I think I came back up there again. So I didn't mean to hit Jaden there on that one run. But I quickly apologized in Discord. So
yeah, and talking through the racing, I've seen a lot of give going on here tonight. Especially coming out of 4, you'll see someone get loose, and there's a lot of people just checking up or not going with a run or shooting it to the bottom. So props to you guys for definitely having a lot of give here tonight.
It's hard to pass on the inside, that's for sure. Outside is definitely the power move if you can get the pass done. Higher they go, the more you carry. But that's really about all you can really say is you just have to make sure you hold on to it.
All right, man. Good luck the rest of the race, and hopefully see you in victory lane.
I'll do.
Yeah, Mr. Christian's pit crew is acting like Denny's, you know. Is it Denny's? I can't remember if it's Denny or someone else that had problem all season long with their pit crew. I think it is Denny.
Yeah, it typically is.
Danny or Brad Keselowski's. I mean, Brad Keselowski had to steal Ricky Stenhouse crew because his was sucking so much. You didn't hear about that?
No.
So, Stenhouse's pit crew is basically they have a contract through RFK because they're RFK guys. Well, Brad's was sucking so bad that they're like, hey, we're taking your pit crew away and you can have mine. Basically.
That's brutal.
I'm like, wow. And
Yikes.
speaking of Ricky, I cannot believe he's top 16 in points. He's actually had a really good season. You know, usually, oh yeah, you win the Daytona 500, you barely make the playoffs in the top 30, like Michael McDowell or Austin Cindric last season. But no, Ricky's still sitting in top 16. I think he got a top 10 yet again today at Charlotte.
I will look that up.
But I think we're starting with our original front row. We are here in going to lap 98 of 140. Jaden and Mark will lead it back to green.
Green flag,
Mark
green flag.
gets the jump in the Geico restart zone. Gets a good lead already over Jaden. As they go into turn one, Jaden's going to look low. Ooh, Jaden almost slips up the track and gets into the left rear. And how about this? Craig Martin in third here in this restart. And based on what we saw last run, it took them about 40 laps to spread out. We might see some tight pack racing for the rest of this race. This job getting loose again. If Jeff does not have a nickname yet for No Toad, I think his nickname should be DK. Right now we're watching. Oh, Christian and Gary both getting loose. Hard impact to the outside wall. Wow. That was like a simultaneous spin there with the 3 and the 28. The 3. We'll go cockpit. I almost think he hit the bump. You slow it down. You see Gary start getting loose. Christian gets loose, and they're both sliding through the corner. Literally simultaneously. 772, nowhere to go. Tries shooting the gap and just, I think he got netcoded into that. There's Jess Traub into the mix. 305, a really high, nowhere to go. Gets in the back of Jess. There's someone hit the 772 late in this wreck, and I think it's a 16 of Mitchell Williams right there. Gets collected. Oh, the 20 barely getting through. Wait, someone else get involved in this? 20 get through. Yep, Mike Grant's right there. Let's rewind this and let's go on board with the 3. Rewind a little more. I'm on board a little late. You know, fighting the wheel, and it just breaks free on them. Ooh. Well, the broadcaster's curse strikes again. You talk to a guy and they get involved in a wreck. Let's follow the 772 here. Let's get a chase view of this actually. Nope, chase. Slow it down. He goes there. There goes Gary. There goes Christian. Yeah, a little bit of netcode right there. That's what collecting 772. BRB in 2 minutes. You just missed all the fun, man.
I know. I was literally about to say I just come back after grabbing like one of our sponsors, Gary's Giddy Up drink in the new Sarge flavor that just released today. It is made with 30% gasoline, and it really gets your motor running. So I had to go out and get one of those, and then I missed the whole thing.
Go back and watch it. Literally simultaneous spin with Gary and Christian.
Yeah,
There was one point they're both at the same angle coming out of the corner. One's up high, one's down low.
actually relatively impressive.
Someone, I might have to clip that and to have that be Gary's photo, what the heck he wants to call it for the next broadcast.
Throw it back in the intro, just like we said.
Yep, right there. Perfect clip for the Tokyo Drift theme song. Yeah, Craig Martin up in the top 5 for the first time here tonight. Gary Sargent, I believe, was caught up. Yeah, he was caught up in last race because he was spinning. Craig Martin up 7 spots. Roy Hyde was collecting that. He decided to stay out. He's up 9. James Beck barely getting through. He's up 9.
Yeah, I'm going back and I'm just watching it like a couple of times over here just to like make sure I didn't like miss anything. But like what I'm seeing.
The good old broadcaster's curse strikes again. Every time I pull someone in for an interview or I talk to them and they get it wrecked, only thing I can think of is Ross Chastain going, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah, no, that was literally just
Someone must have left oil on the track.
I mean they had to have, I guess, because
Didn't the second caution happen in 1 and 2? That might be what happened there. The jet drive's gonna get all the speedy dry off the track.
yeah.
So we got Christian's pit crew, not forgetting to put tires on, and we got Gary's jet dryer company for getting to blow off all the debris off the track. I mean, I heard Gary and then forgot to pay the light bill at one of the tracks he went to recently in another series. And they ended up racing in the dark. I forget what series that was in. I think it was the 87 series. Tasker pulls off and Mark's going to go right away. Wasting no time to get on the lap pedal. Everyone's starting to single file it out here early on in this run. Dash Shop looking low. 3 wide going through 3 and 4 here. Christian to the middle. Now, I don't know if we're going to see anyone break away the rest of this race. I mean, we went, what, 40 laps with 5 cars, 7 cars under a second gap. Watching Christian make his way back through the field after unfortunately having to use a faster pair. Making his way back up to 7th already. In the meantime, your leader is the 57, your pole sitter, Mark Herzog. And second place is Jaden, right where he started at in second. Alex chasing third, and Roy High here late in the race having a really solid run, battling it out for that top 5 position.
Whoa! Whoa!
What a miss!
Hey! Jaden completely cut the nose off of Mark there. I don't know how they didn't wreck.
Go back and see if I can't see what happened there. It's Jaden and Mark. Mark gets into the wall. Jaden going down low. Oh! A little door banging action going into turn 1.
Yeah, it was mightily close. I don't know how they didn't, like I said, I don't know how they didn't go around.
Man, there's some new names up here in the top 5. I mean, I almost said Mark Martin. Craig Martin and Roy Hyde. Their first time in the top 5 here tonight. You got Christian Loxton make his way back. The 772 who's had a really strong run. Jonathan Abster trying to make his way back to the front. We got a 2-way battle for the lead as these guys duking it out like this is allowing this group of 5 cars behind them to catch up.
Yeah, Christian slowly making his way back up. Very loose coming out of 4.
Jaden still can't quite complete the pass on the 57. Oh, I thought they were making contact there.
I think this is going to be a big battle up front for a little bit here.
Well, I mean, do you remember they went 40 laps or so with 7 cars under a second blanket, and that's what we're at right now, about 7 cars under 1.2 seconds.
Jonathan coming in real heavy again. Just, I mean, he's making it work. Like, he knows where he's going.
As Christian's able to get around to 82 of Craig Martin, or 822 of Craig Martin. And we're looking at the same group of guys we had earlier. The only new guy to this mix is a 305 of Roy Hyde. Was really kind of sitting in the back most of the race, up 10 spots where he started at. And, I think it's safe to say he wasn't sitting back there because he was struggling with speed. He was just sitting back there biding his time, waiting for the wrecks to happen and take advantage of it.
Yep. Like I said, later into the race, I think a lot of guys have kind of found their groove. They're used to racing the guys that they've been around, so this is new to them. So we'll see if they can defend him off, rather.
Yeah, and if you look at your screen, if you're watching, I just pulled up the weather, and the track temp really hasn't changed. I think it's went down a couple degrees. I think, if I remember correctly, it was 78 when we went racing. It's at 72 right now, so not a big change in track temp.
No, winds are roughly the same. Just running that 4 to 6. Not really doing too much.
Yeah, it's Christian's battling out with the 772 of Abs are trying to get around him. And these two guys had a pretty good battle early on in the race as well.
Humidity has gone up a little bit. I think it's like 61 or 62%. It's sitting at 68. Slowly coming.
I mean, a lot of times have gone down. They're running a 23.7 now. The best times are 23.7, I should say. Last time by, they're running 24, mid 24s. Looks like Christian can be able to finally complete the pass on Jonathan and set his sights on the 305 of Roy Hyde. As they say, they cut the nose off of the 772.
We've got some battling going on for, we want to say 5th there? I mean,
yeah,
4th,
5th.
5th, and 6th, they're like right, like almost 3.
I think they are 3 wide.
3 wide here.
Yeah.
It was on the cusp, not on the cusp, and then it finally fell in. So they're going.
Oh!
The yellow flag is out.
And look, I don't like dogging on people, but I think that is the 3rd time we've seen Jonathan overshoot it into the corner and just get in the back of someone. Actually, I don't know if you can put that on Jonathan, though. Slow it down here. I think Roy just came down.
305 put a little bit of door on him there.
I don't know if you... that's a hard one to judge, because if you're Roy... Let me try to slow it down again. If you're Roy, you're expecting that 772 to be down a whole nother lane. And you can definitely tell Johnson's drifting up when they make contact.
Yeah, Jonathan completely missed his line. Like, completely missed it. And he just didn't hit the brake there. Until it was way too late.
I thought that was the admin throw caution that happened so fast. That was probably one of the fastest iRacing cautions I've ever seen. Oh, people faking each other out with 20 to go. Roy and Craig coming to pit lane. Gary coming in. TJ coming in. Jess and Mike Rent. Top 8. 7 choosing to stay out here.
Looks like Jonathan locked him up. Locked him up a little bit coming in. Because I'm seeing a big skid before contact is made. So there's nothing before contact, and then just before I'm seeing skids. So I think he just overcooked his line way too much.
Yeah, like I said, that's the third time tonight. In turn one, we've seen contact with Jonathan and somebody else.
One thing is though that I thought I saw,
On the track.
I thought he came back and got him in the door there into 3, but okay, no, he didn't. He slow rolled past him. Okay.
So we're gonna have roughly around 16 to go. I do believe they are up 2 to go right now. It might still say pacing, I'm not sure. I do know short tracks have a tendency to have really long pace laps. Not really long, a high number of pace laps. Which annoys me.
Yeah, we might see probably at least one more.
We'll see one more for sure. Pace lights are still on.
Yeah.
And I don't see them double filing. I think it's one to go this time by. They are double filing actually.
Well, they're starting to, yeah. So it must be this time around.
No. Okay, so we're gonna go green with 15 to go. Well, why we are under caution for I think the 4th time here tonight. Next week, these guys go to Legacy, Texas. I'm kind of curious how that's gonna play out. Legacy, Texas, a very, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a very bumpy track.
Sorry, which track again? Sorry.
Legacy, Texas. Legacy.
Yeah.
That's a. I'm kind of curious to leave it to my handle there. And then they're off for a week, and then they go to Michigan. And if Michigan is anything like Auto Club, it's going to be a show.
Yeah, I mean,
In case anyone didn't watch Auto Club, it came down to 2/1000ths of a second between Johnny Brugg and Benjamin Nelson after 80 laps of racing. Probably the closest finish I've seen on iRacing, somewhere other than a super speedway.
yeah, no, that would definitely be the closest that I've even heard of myself.
I have seen triple zeros across the board at a super speedway before, but yeah, that was
I can
interesting.
only imagine, man.
Triple zeros. I was like, how do you decide the winner? I wish I still had the picture of it, but you took a picture and it legit looked dead even across the start finish line.
Pace car is off.
Mark goes
Green,
right
green.
away, but can't quite get a good jump. I mean, he gets a good jump, but doesn't get a good lead. As the 88 of Constantine going to look to the inside already, going into turn 1.
Big
Oh,
contact coming out.
Contact coming out. Oh, someone hard into the wall. That is the 20 of Mr. Beck. And Gary Sargent parked as well. No caution is out.
Caution.
Oh,
Yellow
I would
flag.
say that. There it is. Let's go back and see what happened here to the 20 machine. I saw him go flying into that wall, and I think I already know what happened. Oh, maybe I don't. Oh, that's what it was, TJ Warren.
No, not again. EJ, not again.
Just getting loose on the outside. Came down and collected the 20. 20 hard impact to that outside wall. Then around, it took a while for the yellow to come out. I think Gary was trying to find the button because he's the one who threw the caution.
Yeah. Typical, right off a restart.
Actually, there We're gonna go back one more time. We got some pacing laps, so we're gonna go on board here with TJ Warren. Same thing happened to Christian, just broke, probably the same part of the corner, just broke free.
Yeah, the exact same part. Yeah.
Well, let's ride on board. Here's a 20. You got an idea what he just saw. He's minding his own business, rolling through the corner.
Yeah, and I mean,
Next you know, he's getting smacked right about there. Boom!
Well, then don't forget about the second part after that.
TJ just finished him off at the end.
TJ gave it to him twice.
Actually, another guy I want to look at real quick. I want to know how Jess Chaub made it through this. He was right behind all this.
Just found the hole and just cruised through.
Oh, we're about to find out. Literally. Oh, wow.
That's a 48 car special right there, because I do that all the time with Rex. And was like, oh, there's a gap. Bye.
That's changing your underwear after that moment. There's a hole and he just shoots it through. Like Moses, the Red Sea's parted, he just went through the middle.
I almost said TJ's done a good job, got himself back up to 6. Me looking at the leaderboard, looking at his car number. Commentator just lost in the booth.
Thanks. Dumb. Yeah, it's not like when we have Brug, car 1 and P1. You know, I've been saying that a lot this season. That car 1's gotten P1 all 3 races up until tonight. Which I'm almost positive him and Benjamin are here tonight. They would be stealing the show, like always.
Oh, 100%. Actually, real quick, because now I'm kind of concerned for what I just said. You mind pass me that can of Gary's Giddy Up drink?
What? Is that a joke that started somewhere that I don't know about?
Listen, I said I was going to come into the booth tonight, all right? I said I was going to come into the booth, and I got offered, or not offered, I was basically told by the bigwigs over here at NTRL to basically make sure that you really push Gary's Giddy Up drink. That's just what I was told. Just what I was told. I had to really look back into the ingredients of this thing. 38% gas. 60% alcohol. So this makes a lot of sense. Why we see Gary just kind of cutting through the grass. It makes a lot of sense. And I'm just gonna put in an order for another 3. Hold on.
Wait, okay. I'm looking through the broadcast notes. Do we have a score in the Celtics game right now?
I think. Yeah, no, that should have started.
That should start like 8, didn't it?
Let me look. Oh, Miami beat the brakes off them. 103.84.
No, you're lying.
103.84.
No. Well, you know what? At least it's not a LeBron-led Miami team. They're going back green flag racing. Ooh, the 772 did not get a good start at all. 9 to go. When they take the green flag, is keep an eye on that 54 Alex Chase. He might play spoiler here tonight.
I mean, he's been right up in the mix just about the entire race. He had that one hiccup and he fell back a little. But I mean, after that, I mean, he's been right up there.
Yeah, and not to mention, he's coming off a top 5 finish last night at Charlotte in the Cup Series. Oh, getting a little loose.
Yep. And I was about to say, like, after that hiccup on pit road, look who's in 5th. Making his way back. And the 16's around.
Oh, the other round. In the grass, keeps it going, no caution. I was about to mention the 16 running well.
Yep, I was just about to say it too. Got spun around and he's right up there. That's unlucky.
Go back and see exactly what happened to that 16. It looks like he just got loose in corner exit. Someone left oil on the track.
Just loose and broke traction there. Tried to push it a little too much.
Come across the line.
One of the hard things that I've noticed is really just kind of knowing when to take your foot off and when you know you're losing the car. Because the second that you could feel that let go, people can correct it pretty easy. At least that's what I've noticed, like myself personally. But
yeah, 5 to go this time by. We got a 2-car breakaway. Might be in for another classic. As I said before, every race has been decided under 0.2 of a second so far this season here in the Gen 4 series. And we might see another one decided by 0.2 or less.
These two guys are neck and neck right now.
Yeah, I'm watching these two guys, and there's a big group of cars back here battling out for 7th place.
Mark with a 24.2 that lap. Jaden with a 24.1. So I mean, and like.
Yeah, and if you're Jaden, you got to start setting up something on the outside, like, now. You got to get the outside line going.
Jaden has been faster on the past 5 laps.
And he's there at the bumper. He's losing so much speed in corner entry, and he's not gaining as much as he's losing back going into 1. The gap was a 1-1 as it came out of 1, or 2 going into 3 is a 1-6.
0.042 second difference that lap.
White flag is out. Does Jaden have anything for the 57 with their car up in the wall? The 16 of Mitchell Williams. Gonna try to get a drive off here. Can't quite get it as there's too much of a gap to make up. Jaden gonna try to make something work. He can't. For the first time this season, we have a race decided by more than 0.2. Mark Herzog collecting a win. Jaden Constar coming P3. And how about Craig Martin gonna round out your podium in 3rd? Alex Chase getting 4th place 2 nights in a row. And Jess Traub, I believe 2 nights in a row, round up P5. And what in the world happened after the race? Do I want to know? Oh, there's a wreck at the finish. That's what happened. Ooh. Ow, that one hurt. Mark is going to burn it down in his in and out burger paint scheme. Tough break.
And I was going to mention it a good while back that Craig Martin was kind of in that mid-pack for a lot and then just slowly crept up and crept up for a top 3. That's solid.
Yeah, I noticed him breaking his way. I think it was the second to last caution. I noticed he was restarting top 5 and was able to put a run together on that last green flag run to get around Alex Chase, who was running 3rd. I don't think Mark liked the front stretch. He went to the back stretch. I moved him down there. Alright, so we got some people to be interviewed. Let's start first with your 3rd place finisher, the 822 of Craig Martin. What is going on, Craig? He had to get push talk set up. Craig, got a copy? We'll try him later. Let's pull up our second place finisher, Mr. Jaden Concert. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, solid run there tonight. Went out there and led you some laps. Couldn't quite get that path complete. Talk us through the race, and you think there's anything you wish you would have done differently, especially those closing laps of the race?
So the start of the race, like throughout practice, I just had no idea what line or what kind of pace I wanted to keep throughout the entire race. And luckily, I found that at the last second. So I had a decent qualifying for the first time in forever. And then throughout the race, I was just more focused on tires rather than track position than I normally would be. And I think that's really what got me to where I was. And at the end there was a car that was in the wall, and I tried to take advantage of it as much as I could, and I cooked my right front, and so I should have saved what I had for turn 4. I probably could have done it if I had just saved it for 3 and 4.
Yeah, you're going back and watching a replay and slowing it down. Yeah, I can definitely tell you way overshot the entry to turn 1 and really couldn't set yourself up for anything going into turn 3.
I was trying to pull a slide job.
Wrong track. That was last week.
Yeah.
Well, man, we go to Legacy, Texas next week. Very bumpy track. How do you think that race is gonna go for you?
Definitely probably not nearly as well as this ever did or ever would have. The bumps probably going to be amazingly fun for the drivers and everything. I'm still deciding if I want to race. I mean, this is my best finish here, so my best finish in a league overall.
Yeah, man, I mean, you've been running pretty well. Just some late race stuff happens that kind of knocks you out of a top 5 or a top 3 finish. So to finally get that second place probably feels nice, but I bet you wish you could have got that one extra spot for that victory.
Yeah, it was close. Mark definitely gave me a run for my money. Like he was like I don't know what he was doing, but like halfway like after I had gotten slammed into the wall in I have no issues with them, by the way. But after I had gotten slammed into the wall unintentionally, um my wheels were like misaligned, so I just used my fast repair even though it was only like 49 seconds. And after that, Mark was able to like keep at a stalemate with me. Like I had no idea what he was doing. But at the end of the race, I somehow just like found some like just a little bit of pace on him.
All right, man. You got anything for Jaden, Justin?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. Honestly, Jaden, great run. We saw a little bit of bumping and grinding with Christian there, a little bit of door-to-door action. But honestly, it was a great race, great saves, getting loose as well. Honestly,
For sure.
solid race.
All right, man. Congrats on that P2 and good luck next weekend when we go to Legacy, Texas.
All right, thank you. Thank you for commentating.
No problem. All right, next let's try Craig Martin again. Craig, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy now. Sorry, guys.
All good, dude. Man, solid run for you tonight. Wasn't really even calling your name out too much most of the race. I noticed on the second to last restart, or maybe the one before that, noticed you kind of broke your way into that top 5, was able to manage a third place finish here. Talk through the race and how you're able to manage. I think you worked your way through the field. Yeah, up 7 spots. So you started P10.
Yeah, I worked through pretty good. I don't know if I really had a top 5 car tonight. That's for sure. It wasn't handling the best. It's not my best track, but able to put it on the podium, which is pretty good. Plus, I want to send out an apology to 305. We kind of got together early in the race. I don't know if it was me or him or just kind of coming together, but definitely want to reach out and say sorry if it was my fault.
All right, you got anything for him, Justin?
Yeah, it's honestly just like Isaac said. Running towards that mid pack for the majority of the race. I kind of had a feeling early that you were going to slowly make your way because I was seeing those gains, and it was actually really nice to see you finish on the podium. So honestly, great work, great handle on that car. I mean, it was a tough handle from what we were seeing. How are you finding the exit of turn 2 with the nice little bumps there?
Actually, I didn't mind turn 2 as much as, corner 4. Corner 4 seemed to give a little bit more of a wrestling match, tonight, but, yeah, we were able to get it, done pretty well for tonight.
Okay, well that's great to hear that you were able to really get in, battle, wrestle that wheel to a third place finish. Great work tonight.
Awesome. Thanks very much, guys, and, have a great night.
You too. Congrats. Next we'll bring up our race winner, Mr. Mark Herzog. I hope I am saying that right. What is going on, Mark?
That is correct, and it was a great night. It was a good run for the whole league, man. That was fun. It was some long green flags, and then those cautions at the end. I think guys were antsy with fresh tires, old tires, trying to get spaces on the spots on the restart, and causes a little bumping and bagging. But it was a good race overall.
Yeah, man. I noticed you got the pole, and then I noticed during that first long stint we had, you kind of started falling off towards the back. Did you figure out to do anything differently that second stint to where you weren't falling off as much?
That first one, when those 3 or 4 cars caught me, and they were really pushing to get by, I wasn't going to fight them and tear myself up, so I let them by and just followed them till we got and we made it to that first green flag pit stop.
Gotcha. I
Yep,
think.
and that's
Go ahead.
that's kind of what we were saying. Like we noticed that you started to fall off after being like really up there, so we kind of were both having a discussion of he's saving it to see if they'll actually wreck because they were close a few times ahead of you there.
Yeah, it was fun watching them. They were all over. They were all over each other. Going left, going right, and they all managed to hang on to it. And we made it to that first green stop.
Yeah, there was one moment. I can't remember if it was during the first or second green flag run. There was like 6 cars ahead of you, and you were just kind of holding up the rear. Was that your plan? Just like, hey, you guys use up your stuff. I'm gonna be here, so when y'all start single filing, I can click you off one at a time.
Yeah, I was hoping for two all green the whole way because I was hoping on that they would get aggressive with each other, and kind of wear it out a little bit, and I'd be able to slowly pick it up on them.
Gotcha. Well, we go to Legacy, Texas next week. Probably the bumpiest track we got on the schedule here for the Gen 4s. What are your thoughts going into that race with this 800 or 900 horsepower car?
You know what? As straight as it seems, I think you may end up with more yellows in Texas than you did here because you can carry so much more throttle into the corner, and then you're going to be tempted to get onto it earlier, and then a lot of guys might lose that back end.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. Legacy, Texas is before they screwed up turn 1, right? So you can carry a lot of speed all the way around the track.
Yeah, I know in the old ARCA you could pretty much flat foot it for about 5 laps. With this one, you might be able to flat foot it for a couple of 3 before you got to start wheeling it through the corner.
I don't know if you can flat foot it at all with all the horsepower in this car, but good luck next week as we'll have one more race before we go off for a week. But definitely got that win. So got you a good points night here tonight.
It was fun. Yeah, I got to thank Gary and all the guys for running the league, putting it together, and you guys for putting together a nice little broadcast for us. And as always, I got to thank my wife for letting me have a little bit of time out here to play pretend race cars.
All right, man. Congratulations on that win.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Take it easy.
Well, tonight definitely did not disappoint as this Gen 4 series in general has not disappointed. Every race this season has been an absolute show stealer. As far as the Cup and Gen 4 goes, I don't know what happens in the other series. I'm too busy racing other leagues to pay attention to them. But these guys are definitely stealing the show. Every race this season has been decided by less than half a second. And you're like, that's a lot. When you look at the tracks we've gone to Auto Club, Chicagoland, and Iowa, and of course Talladega. I mean, for us to do, 80 plus laps of those tracks and it come down to half a second is insane. So
Yeah, no, I mean we've had some fantastic runs, like you said, fantastic races, and honestly, with the caliber of competition that I'm seeing across both ARCA and the Cup, I'm seeing a lot of room for growth for a lot of drivers here. I am seeing a lot of promise. I'm new to this myself, but if I'm already able to see growth in other drivers within the league, I'm sure other drivers are as well, and I'm actually excited to see how this season's going to finish, the next season's going to finish, so on and so forth, because there's too much promise in this group right now, and I'm loving it. Like, this is something that I honestly don't want to miss.
Yeah, and the next time these guys go short track racing, I guess, can you call New Hampshire a short track? I don't know if you can. I think it's technically a mile long. I call it a short track because how it handles. But they got 2 short tracks left this season. They got New Hampshire and Bristol. So if anything, the indication of how these short tracks are going, I'm looking forward to it. They're not completely caution filled, but you get just enough caution to regroup that field back up and have a really action-packed broadcast.
Yeah, and I mean it's short track racing. It's can always be a coin toss. Apparently, we're having audio issues. We can't hear anybody talking in here. That's a little awkward, according to Mr. Dark Horse Marine. Welcome to the broadcast.
He's the first one to say something about it. Everything's coming through on my end.
Yeah, I mean it's short.
No, it's working. I just turned it off my phone. It's working, so.
Yeah, I can hear it too. Mr. Horse, I hope you're not muted. Like, you don't have the broadcast muted, because that would be a detriment. We've had some really great stuff here this evening. Not just us. I mean, great interviews with everybody coming in, giving their point of views. Giving us the input of what they're bouncing off of. So I mean, it would be catastrophic. However, it would be up my alley to have that kind of a problem. I'm just saying, that's on me.
Well, those of you that tuned in, appreciate it. We'll be back live with the No Toe series on Sunday night when they go to Gateway for their 5th race of the season. And then these guys will be back live next week at Legacy, Texas. So we'll see you all then, and you'll have a good night.